Na sasa hivi mtazamaji, ni kupeleke moja kwa moja kwa Jebet Pirire ambaye anazungumza na Bi Charity Kaluki Ngilu kuhusiana na kifo hiki cha Raila Odinga. Jebet, yapi unaweza kutufahamisha?
Na asante sana kule studioni. Kile ambacho naweza kuwafahamisha kwa sasa ni kwamba niko hapa Karen katika makao ya Raila Odinga ambapo thousands of mourners had just gathered here and ndio wameondoka moja kwa moja, lakini nimeweza kupatana na Mheshimiwa Charity Ngilu ambaye she's a long-standing ally of Honorable Raila Odinga. And if we go back to their friendship or their political friendship in 2002, Charity Ngilu pamoja na Raila Odinga waliweza kuform National Rainbow Coalition ambayo iliweza kuondoa KANU kutoka mamlakani, na kutoka hapo wamekuwa marafiki katika siasa. And tukienda mbele kidogo 2007 when Raila was vying for presidency, Honorable Charity Ngilu actually supported his presidential bid, and if you remember, she was a minister in Kibaki's government, and that actually led to her dismissal from her position. And we are here with her today. Karibu sana to KTN, Mheshimiwa. You have been a long-standing ally of Raila Odinga, and I'm really sorry for your loss. What can you say about his leadership? I understand that you have supported him in democratic reforms through and through, and I understand that this is a deep loss for you. Pole sana.
Thank you so much. First, let me take this opportunity to send and to wish the family sincere condolences. That I know that Mama Ida, Rosie, Junior, and Mheshimiwa Winnie are really going through very, very difficult time. I've just met Mama Ida, and I have seen how badly affected she is. I really want to wish her comfort because she has lost her husband of many years. I want to pray God to give her comfort, strength, and fortitude to bear the pain of losing her dear husband of many years. For His Excellency Raila Odinga is a person I knew since 1992 when multi-party came into this country, and I really thought he believed, like he always did, believed in this country and the best that can happen to a country such as Kenya that had been run in such a way that every Kenyan was unhappy with the way it was being ruled, run. And obviously, when we joined him and the team that came together, if you remember, those who started with him to fight for multipartyism way back in 1980s, we also said we were going to join in, and I personally believed in his democratic principles, in what he stood for. And although a lot of people did not see it, especially from Ukambani region, I thought that was the best thing that we could all do for the country. And I have been with him since that time up to now. And I am sure it will go beyond this, because we still do not drop those principles that he stood for. He was very courageous. He was a person who, once he believed in something, he did not shy away from saying this is the right thing, not for himself, but for the country. I do remember said in 2007 when he said country is bigger than anybody else, and although I believed then, I believe still today that he had won the election, he still said we'd rather have a peaceful country than have a country that is going to go into turmoil and lose so many lives. And remember the post-election violence where we had lost already so many people. So today this country is devastated, and we have lost a man of great political stature, a statesman, a person who was a defender not only of democracy but also of what you would call wanyonge, that people looked up at him and would see that in him he would not let anything happen to especially the disadvantaged people, the poor people. He would not let anything happen. He would fight for them. Those voiceless people, you know, the poor, the widow, the young, the women, and you just name them. He also fought for equal distribution of resources, that there is need in a country such as ours where the people get the best, and he was trying to see every way. Of course, it was not easy for him because he also met a lot of resistance from people who do not believe in what we witness every day in this country, inequality. You know, the poor are very poor, and those who have amassed wealth have really amassed wealth to such a degree, to such an extent where, you know, services are not available, and they know that the resources that we have in this country can actually make, you know, resources and services available to all to a very good extent. So I just want to say that Kenya has lost a great man, really, a great man of his time and of this century. I don't see any other person really who equals Raila Odinga, and I mourn him like every other Kenyan is mourning him, and we pray God to rest his soul in eternal peace. Until we meet again.
Okay, thank you, Mheshimiwa. Of course, and before his passing, Raila Odinga was part of the broad-based government, and I believe that you've said that he would often say that the country comes before any individual. But if you look at critics, they would say that Honorable Raila Odinga was selfish, that he was joining the government because of his selfish ambitions. But I believe you were close to him. Apart from being a political ally, you were also a close friend. What would you say about that?
I was very close to him, and when Raila Odinga joined the broad-based government, I did approach him. I sat down with him, and I said, what is this? You know, we were together in 2022 and trying to say, you know, Ruto cannot manage the country. And he said to me then that he still believed that he was not able to manage, and that is where there was this uprising, you know, last year. And we all know what went out there and what happened to the country, the number of people who died fighting and saying that we don't want to go the direction that President Ruto is sending the country. And I say to him, what do you say about that? And he said, but you see, we witnessed and we saw something in this country that we have never seen before, that people demonstrating and forcefully entering parliament. We also saw that. We saw the number of people who are being killed in the streets. And therefore he said, I do not want to see one life lost because of power. We would rather talk and agree with Ruto than lose so many lives. And this is not the first time. As you know, Raila did this kind of a thing. In 2007, he did the same thing with the post-election violence. He still said it is not right. I talked to him that time. I was telling him, let us get this done once and for all. And he said, no, Kenyans' lives are more important than anybody in power. And I truly feel that I wish this country had more people like Raila Odinga, who would give up even what they know is rightfully theirs for the sake of the nation and do the right thing. So we have lost a great statesman and a great man. I don't see who else can fit in Raila Odinga's shoes to date. Yes.
Asante sana Mheshimiwa, and pole as you mourn your friend and political ally.
Thank you.
All right, that was Honorable Charity Ngilu, and she is remembering Honorable Raila Odinga as somebody who was selfless and somebody who gave up his personal ambitions for the sake of the nation. Back to you in studio.